James Woods can say it. Ooh, I'll be second day. 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 When a ball went turned into a vampire, all James Woods could say was, ooh, I'll be second day. 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 When he became Peter's best friend, they sat around the house and said, second day, ooh, I'll be second day, ooh, I'll be second day, ooh, I'll be second day. And you know that James Woods practiced his lines real well, but everything that he reads becomes real hard to spell. Everyone tries to help him, but the words just won't come out. There's only one thing he can think of, and it's what comes out his mouth. Ooh, I'll be second day. I'll be second day. Ooh, I'll be second day. Ooh, I'll be second day. When he comes out of his house, the women scream and shout. Ooh, I'll be second day. 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 When they know that he's next to the best of them all, when he says, ooh, I'll be second day. Ooh, I'll be second day. I'll be second day, ooh, I'll be second day. Reese's Pieces on the floor and watch him come a saying, ooh, I'll be second day, ooh, I'll be second day, ooh, I'll be second day, ooh, I'll be second day. And you know that James Woods practices lines real well, but everything that he reads becomes real hard to spell. Everyone tries to help him, but the words just won't come out. There's only one thing he can think of, and it's what comes out his mouth. Ooh, I'll be second day. 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 When he comes out of his house, the women scream and shout. Ooh, I'll be second day. 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 Second day.
we have been compelled to create a permanent armaments industry of vast proportions. We must guard against the acquisition of unwarranted influence, whether sought or unsought, by the military-industrial complex.
Forget the politicians. The politicians are put there to give you the idea that you have freedom of choice. You don't. You have owners. They own you. They own everything. They own all the important land. They own and control the corporations. They've long since bought and paid for the Senate, the Congress, the state houses, the city halls. They got the judges in their back pockets. And they own all the big media companies, so they control just about all of the news and information you get to hear. But I'll tell you what they don't want. They don't want a population of citizens capable of critical thinking. They don't want well-informed, well-educated people capable of critical thinking. They're not interested in that. That doesn't help them. That's against their interest.
I am a revolutionary, and you're going to have to keep on saying that. You're going to have to say that I am a proletarian. I am the people.
As a councilwoman, do you think you should really be in handcuffs? Does that send a good message? You're breaking the law?
This is about political leadership. All the best activists in the past and in the present have put their lives on the line to fight for the rights of workers.
They don't want people who are smart enough to sit around the kitchen table and figure out how badly they're getting fucked by a system that threw them overboard 30 fucking years ago. They don't want that. You know what they want? They want obedient workers. Obedient workers. People who are just smart enough to run the machines and do the paperwork and just dumb enough to passively accept all these increasingly shittier jobs with the lower pay, the longer hours, the reduced benefits, the end of overtime, and the vanishing pension that disappears the minute you go to collect it. And now they're coming for your Social Security money. They want your fucking retirement money. They want it back so they can give it to their criminal friends on Wall Street. And you know something? They'll get it. They'll get it all from you sooner or later because they own this fucking place. It's a big club, and you ain't in it. You and I are not in the big club.
I've seen things you people wouldn't believe.
We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
Oh, that's tasty. How we sounding, folks? Gamer, Comrade Carini, Lucky, and Indy Left. What's up, y'all? Thanks for coming out tonight, or in this case, thanks for clicking on the website and playing this. I don't know how that works. I'm no science genie. Anyway, it's Uncle Warren here. Happy Thursday. 3 days before the holy day, Halloween, and things are happening. Things are popping like popcorn, Daddy. It's my nerd shirt. I'm dressed as somebody cool because when I was a kid, nerds were not cool, and now nerds are cool. So I'm trying to be one of the cool kids, ironically. So anyway, we got a great show for you. The legendary and talented Reef Breland will be with us in just a moment. Just a couple of quick announcements, if you don't mind. This Halloween, probably around 7 p.m. Eastern, me and possibly my lady, Miss Radar, she may possibly be making her YouTube debut. You thought I was weird. She's like me with only bigger boobs. These are small, but I'm growing them. I water them every day, and I put those houseplant spikes. Anyway, who else we get? Hey, Steve Cutler live in the house. What's going on, y'all? Thanks for showing up. Steve, this is like your show, only I don't play a guitar, and then there's like some fucked up shit that happens. But otherwise, it's pretty much the same show. So, thanks, gamer. Appreciate it. Anyway, so that's going on Halloween, probably around 7-ish. We're keeping it loose. I'm going to tell some ghost stories, make it all spooky and shit. And I don't know. Maybe I'll take my shirt off. So if you really want to get scared on Halloween, it'll be the place. And then coming up next week, the legendary comedian and just all around funny guy, Rick Overton, is going to be on here. So, and we're just going to talk about improv comedy. You know, I'm just going to be a meat sack saying go, and then he's just going to do a whole bunch of this, and we're going to do a whole bunch of as I grab my man boobs. Anyway, I have no particular segue out of that, so let's get to my buddy Reef. How you doing, brother?
Yes, and?
Yes, and. Why do you say yes, and?
Yes, and.
Why is that important?
So that you don't kill the joke?
Yes, exactly. So that you don't kill the joke. I think so.
So the joke doesn't die? I mean, I always felt like the ones that do get me where it's just yes and then they know nothing else, right? Like that improv buddy that's just like, yeah.
Did you
like, you know?
Did you go to did you take any improv classes, or were you in a troupe or anything like that ever?
Just drama in high school, you know. Like all the pretty ladies were taking that class. So what are you going to do? You know? You're
did drama
go listen to musical theater, and
you did that for the chicks.
Wouldn't ever? I mean, like I'm gonna do it for Sondheim. Like
I want to see
for.
Look,
you know?
no, I'm not judging. I agree with you. That is an ideal reason to do it. Anyway, back up for me. I want to see the whole thing. You got all gussied up for me. I don't want to see you. Let me see it.
Yeah, my
look at that
Bruce Buffer outfit.
This
just a classic tuxedo T-shirt. It's like the mullet of T-shirts, right?
Well, we gotta get the whole
Party
thing
in the
there.
front. You know, like
it's
you got single button vest. It's great.
And look at you, you got your hair all nice and pretty too.
I know, right?
Look at me. I look
that Earl in there real good.
I'm just wearing this T-shirt. I didn't know we was going fancy.
T-shirt was fancy, like I'm dressed up. You know,
you
literally
are
with the T-shirt.
I'm digging. Hey, I'm picking up what you're putting down. Okay, if I had any kind of style, I would be like, yeah, that's good.
Yep,
but
I'll send
I have
you
no
one.
stuff.
I can definitely get you a tuxedo T-shirt. Do you want like the suit style or like bright yellow pinstripe or?
Nah, I like to keep it basic. Let the shirt tell the story itself. It doesn't need the bells and whistles. I like what you got on. That's nice. Or is that the one with the yellow? I couldn't tell.
No, it's just black.
I like that.
I like how my beard normally just covers up.
I know. I was like, because you were wearing that. I saw the shirt part, right? I didn't see the tie, and I was like, oh please.
It's got a little bow tie there.
I was hoping you'd like pull the shirt down, and do the reveal
a little bit,
and just like, oh yeah, it's a fucking tuxedo shirt, a tuxedo T-shirt.
Yep.
Oh, I haven't seen one of those. I haven't seen one of those in years. Like legitimate, like Hot Topic or some bullshit. That doesn't count.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like old school, like been in the washer maybe 1,000 times.
Like what era Hot Topic did you have? Because like when I went, it was like the weirdest era of Hot Topic. It was all like Scene Kids and like T-shirts about like Pop-Tart cats. Like that's what Hot Topic was then. Like before then, it was like Jinko jeans and like those big like pants with all the chains on them and like
Yeah, I remember when those things came out. I was like, oh, that's gonna catch on a corner or a hook.
Yeah,
you don't need the fucking bat wings
for that.
You don't need a fucking I know, right? You brought some treats, right? Some video treats.
I did bring some video treats. Yes.
Okay. We'll have those
medicated treats, unfortunately, but
osmosis through like digital THC.
Yes. Oh,
whoever invents digital THC, they might as well just start calling themselves God after that, because they're going to own everything. You know, it's like
the prank calls for that are going to be insane. Hey, is your refrigerator running? No, check again. It might be. Like, like check again.
Oh, right.
Sure.
It's because of the Internet of Things too, right? So like you could send that to the actual fridge, and your fridge gets stoned.
I saw a thing today, and my dumbass thought that might be a thing I get. It was a smart toilet cleaner. It would sense that you used it by like sensing the water level in your like cistern, right? And then so every time you flushed, it would like clean all the caca off your like toilet for you. You know, I'm like that's cool. Great. It'll like put it on Alexa, send out a tweet. You know, hey, like he had like a level 2 brown today. Like, you know what I mean? Like what? You know, there was nice good corn pieces in there.
You know, we laugh about that, but you know, as much as like all this digital ID shit's going on, you know, how in New York they have the Excelsior pass that basically tells you, it says, you know, how many times you got the jibba jabba, you know, how many times you got a booster, where you got it, all that sort of shit. So if you know, they want to keep track of all that. Poo to doctors is gold. Right? There's all kinds of it's like that Oak Island up in Nova Scotia, cuz they know there's gold in there, they just don't know where it is, and they got to go through a lot of shit to get to it. But it's like they're going to want to know what's in your particular poopies and my particular poopies. They're going to want to know the whole, like, you know, History Channel version of your shit.
I'm trying to remember. I was watching one of those, like, on the History Channel, like, where it was, like, back when they showed somewhat historical stuff, where it was, like, you know, the Secret Service and what they do, like that video, right? Where it's, like, they'll go through and, like, yeah, someone has to be in the room with the president pooping so that, you know, North Korea can't steal his corn. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're you know,
like there's little teeny tiny microfiche of information stored in each kernel.
Yep. Like to me, that reminds me of my other story. Like the other story of one of my favorite journalists of all time, Hunter S. Thompson, who managed to get one of the best interviews with Nixon in the shitter. Like
Nixon was in the shitter. He just
essentially went into the bathroom. He's just like, oh, hey, it's Nixon. I'm going to ask you some questions now. And he just, like, talked about football, if I'm not mistaken. But he used, like, football to, like, get answers, if that makes sense. Back when you know, there was actually investigative journalists.
Well, I think Nixon played football, too, when he was in college. So that's always, like, an easy... So you're in the shitter, and you're talking football... You're gonna tell everybody everything, man. They're gonna think like you're their long lost brother or something. You're talking about that in the shitter.
So as a Floridian, there's a story that puts two of my favorite things. One of my favorite things being Hunter S. Thompson, but the other one, Hunter S. Thompson used to live with Jimmy Buffett for a period of time.
Really?
Crashed on his couch for a while. Yeah, like Jimmy was like, yeah, sure, just, you know, like hang out, you know. Anyway, at one point, Jimmy Buffett has to fill out an insurance file for his boat that was recently wrecked, right? And all he put down for reason of like destruction is Hunter S. Thompson, and like period dot signed it, sent, right? And they accepted, gave him full, like they're like, yep, we get it, you know. Like I love that.
Shit.
I love that that's a story that's had to happen. Like, you know, it's just like that's there's probably so many insurance filed under just Hunter S. Thompson, just like, yep.
Right.
That guy's super weird, super good. He was like the sheriff of like a Colorado town for a period of time.
He was the sheriff? Like a real sheriff, or was it like a Clint Eastwood mayor type thing? Oh,
one of those things. Like back in our old neck of the woods, you know, if you're in and around Mississippi and Louisiana, you know, there's a possibility that you can be arrested by Seagal.
Seagal.
You know, like, you know, you're gonna get some bloated, like, old guy who kind of sounds Asian, but more black than he should. Like, he does that weird code speak thing. Like, sup, brother? Like, you know, konnichiwa. Like, what are you doing? And like, can you imagine you're a cop? You're a cop in like Louisiana, and you just get like, you're going into training, and you're like, yeah, you think some ex-military SEAL guy is gonna teach you how to like do the kung fu's? No, Steven Seagal. Like, what?
I'm just picturing
grab his hand like this.
I'm just trying to picture Steven Seagal like you're driving down like I think it's like I-55 or something, like it goes from like Jackson to New Orleans, right? And you're just right outside of New Orleans, and you see these blue lights, you know, blue and reds. Pull you over, and
somewhere near Hancock County, probably.
Right, yeah, it's like right before you get to the state line, because it's you know, and he gets out, and it says sheriff on the car, and he walks up and he looks down and he's like, "You going to Natchez?" Like, oh, fuck, it's Steven Seagal, right? Because you'd be in the same area as Brett Favre around there, although Brett's got money. He don't live down there. You know, he sends money there. Have you seen
any of his new stuff, Steven? Like the stuff there's this. You should. It's just like if you want that like terrible movie experience, right? Like below, like, do they have Z movies? Is that a classification? Like past B, like just go all the way to like. That's, you know, special characters. Like I need like the Wingbat, the Dingbat version of like, you know, because that is those Seagal movies now. Like there's a movie where he's like, I think it's called Sniper or something like that, but it's not affiliated with those other good sniper movies. It's like, you know, and he sits in a chair for like most of the movie, and like it's ridiculous. There's also, what is it, the Asian Connection. He made the Asian Connection. You know, like
there's so Steven Seagal,
and yeah, it's so good. There's also like when he went to Ukraine, and he's like in the black kimono, and they just give him a carrot. They're like, "Here's a carrot," and he doesn't know what to do with it. So like half the pictures are just him holding a carrot, like kind of eating it. Like a whole.
I'm here.
Twitter shitter.
I just had a freak out. I ate like 3 edibles because I hadn't had any in a couple of days, so I wanted to be ready. Whew.
You get like Joey Diaz dose stuff, or like
yeah, I took a Joey Diaz.
Star death dog.
I'm not tiny. I'm like around like I'm probably closer to 250 right now. So you know, gotcha. I can take a little extra that goodness.
Those are great videos too. There's compilations. Just look up Joey Diaz Stars of Death. He'll make people on the podcast do them. Right? Have you been acquainted with the Stars of Death? I think they're like the small ones are like 500 milligrams. Like you can get ones that like are a crazy amount, right? Like a whole bag is like 1,000 milligrams or something like that. Like, and he'll just give one of those to people and be like, "Good luck, dog." Like, you know, just like there's compilations where it's just like these people are definitely not ready for that, and like he's just like, "You need to lay down. You lie down and want some water." Like you're on a podcast, like you're doing a pod, and they're just having like a panic attack on, like, "Oh, it's gonna be okay. Just take a nap," you know. Like, hey. and they all ask him like, "Are you this high?" And he's like, "Yeah, but I took a Xanax 30 minutes ago, so evens it out." Like, you know, it's like, "Oh, thanks, Joey." You know, I love that.
Joey
so
probably
many
takes
cases of him dosing people.
Joey probably takes ketamine, and and I can't do that. Hang on just a second, y'all. We're doing it live here. I just got to get. Let's see. I got the Asian connection here. Oh yes, here we go.
The Asian, yeah. That trailer is gold. Like, just click that trailer. It's like the worst edited thing on the planet. Like, plenty of people play it on YouTube. Like, do like the first 5 seconds of it, and you'll be fine. I doubt Steven Seagal's gonna come for copyright.
He might, If I go back to Mississippi, he might.
Yeah, right?
This is like a crazy amount of money.
But
Keep down!
It's got no one you know. We haven't even seen Steven yet. Oh, they stole
there he is.
The wrong guy. He did it.
To get away with about
he killed that guy.
US dollars. You said it would be safe, I took your advice. So, if I were you, I would get my money back.
Dude.
These movies are
find me
terrible.
This house
Steven Seagal.
Give you the names of the banks that you
all right. First off, I'm going to say you're welcome because you're going to thank me for this. Steven Seagal in the Jim Jones movie.
Oh, yeah.
Steven Seagal as Jim Jones. So it's the Jim Jones story, right? But then there's martial artists in it too.
Yeah.
Like some congressman shows up and he's got to do a roundhouse on him.
Yeah, do you know Gene LaBelle? Gene LaBelle?
Who is that
guy? I know him from judo. I think he did wrestling and stuff too. Wrestling, WWE and stuff. Pretty sure. I don't remember. I just know him as I know him from a story about Seagal where he was working on set with Seagal. And this is an actual Judaican. Yeah, here we go. Gene LaBelle. Yep. Anyway, see him over there with Seagal. Go back one. Right? There's if you just press back. Oh, go back to DuckDuckGo. Yeah, there's Steven right there. Go one more over. Right. Go.
This one?
Yep. Yeah, that's old Steven there. Right? So the story is, right, is that this is literally judo, Olympic level guy, anyway, Steven's I could get out of whatever hold you put me in, and Gene was all right,
it's look at him. He looks either
full tight, rear naked, and anyway, he's all right, now go, and Steven tries to grab his nuts, I think, right, and Gene just continued to choke him unconscious. Right, and he apparently Gene, all he did was he started smelling and apparently he Steven shit himself. It's one of the funniest stories where it's just it's the way LaBelle says it. There's a video somewhere, I think.
Look at his eyes. Look at Seagal's eyes. He looks He looks either really stoned or their dude right here, fucking Popeye, is giving him the business. Yeah. Meanwhile, this guy,
I think he's just really stoned. That guy's just sup.
Hey, what's up? Woo.
I don't know. I don't know these two white guys. What are they fucking doing?
I know, right? It's I don't know.
It must have been some movie they were all on, But it's so good.
That is
just there's something about him that is just funny.
Right.
But have you ever seen him run? That's the other compilations on YouTube of Steven Seagal running.
But we're gonna look that up.
Pretty fantastic.
We are gonna look that shit up. Weirdest,
you'll never be able to unsee it. You'll never be able to pull that out of your head that is the way someone runs.
What's the
strangest thing? I can't even describe why it's bad. It's one of those things.
Oh shit!
Have to,
look at this.
You have to see it.
Oh shit!
Steven Seagal 80s.
Look look at the third choice is
like
running.
The first thing. Yep.
Yeah, that's funny. All right.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, just click. This is the compilation. I don't know if there might be copyright music, but
that's all right. We'll keep it low. We're here for the running. Not big. There's like I ain't making fun of his weight, but I'm just saying there's two of them now. You know,
Sarah Connor. We must find Steven Seagal.
That was only 49
cents. Yeah, there's so many good ones from him where he's just so upset about. That's Will Sasso.
Oh, SNL. I love Will Sasso.
Yeah, great. Also does a pretty great Jesse impression. Ventura.
Oh, he does Ventura?
Yeah, his Ventura is pretty fantastic, actually. Back in the Navy SEALs. Back in the Marines. Yeah, Will Sasso, Jesse. You'll find it. Yeah, it's like the first one, third one.
See, I knew we were just going to be doing this. Yep. So, just so everybody knows,
it's the first one. Oh, I can do this. Ready? While we have it here, I can go. Do you remember in Wayne's World, like the transition sound?
Oh shit! Bong cam. Well, while you're getting your toke on, while you toke, I'll talk to the folk in the pit. Because there's actually, we got company. 9 people watching. Holy fuck. Noli D, you came
9
in.
people, you better get them biscuits out the fridge and cook something up.
Look, I didn't cook enough shit for 9 people, all right? Cletus, you said 4 people were coming over, and you didn't say you were stopping off the bar, bring your friends.
I'll start a roux. You go out there, kill that deer real quick.
Troy C, welcome. Hey, Robert Durden, what's up, buddy?
Durden. Political Fight Club in the house.
Political Fight Club in the house. Everybody, if you haven't seen Robert Durden's videos, he's like a political hitman. He just like whack 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 whack. He knocks them down. You should watch his show, Political Fight Club, on YouTube. I have the power to put that in the link. I'm just old and slow. I'm gonna do it. God old damn it! Slow. I have no idea what happened. My life. What happened? Okay, we're not ignoring Will. We just want to hook up our boy. Because hooking up is what it's all about. If you know what I mean. Don't take that the wrong way. So
in my schools, they told us not to do none of that hooking up.
They don't know nothing. They don't know nothing about me and mine. Yeah, Robert.
Gladness.
Robert's been dropping some fat beats and some tasty licks. Is that how that works? Oh, look at this! I got a wrench. I got to give people wrenches.
Biscuits and gravy. Biscuits and gravy is like, I can't like.
Oh,
I always want to eat way too much of it.
Look, Southern food, man. That's the people wonder why people down south are so big. It's like, look, man, that food is fucking good. Even the shit
it was
food
designed to keep you like working in a field from like 5. Like it's carb, fat, and like that's it. You know?
Yeah, proteins, like, all that shit, man.
There's a classic story which you'll appreciate this from where you're from, that the South for a while had a problem with dysentery. It wasn't quite dysentery. It was a thing that gave, like the 4 Ds, one of them being dysentery, the other being diarrhea, death, and like, other stuff. But it was because we were consisting ourselves on a only corn diet.
Oh,
just all corn, because it was cornbread, grits, like hoe cakes, like.
Well, yeah, in lieu of flour. In lieu of flour,
yeah,
because
it's what they were feeding. It was what they were feeding prisoners at Angola. That's why we know this is the cause. Is because only like they were getting gruel in the morning. It was just corn gruel, which colloquially known as grit.
Right.
You know, like, and it wasn't the best milled. It was like there was still rocks in there. You know, like so. I
remember the old timers.
Knows you don't.
The old timers used to talk about
cornbread in prison. So, yeah, like if he asks for your cornbread, you got to tell him no. So, Eddie Murphy taught me that. Is it Eddie Murphy or is it? I think it's Eddie Murphy, right? In Life. Don't take my cornbread. Yeah, yeah. There's a whole scene about like, give me your cornbread.
I've seen things no man should ever see in his life. Now give me that goddamn cornbread.
Give me that cornbread.
I've been to the brink of death. Movie. Give me that cornbread. Oh shit. There's this one meme. I when I was on my Facebook days, people would just throw up those memes with the impact font lettering on there. So yep. I don't know where it is.
Foul bachelor frog. Foul bachelor frog.
This one has like a. This one has like a donkey, and it says, "It says y'all got any cornbread?" And his eyes are all crossed. I'm stoned as fuck, dude. We gotta show you this picture. Okay.
How many times do you purposefully say a word incorrectly? Because you're like, it's much funnier to say library, like library. That's what it is.
I only say it around people who know that for a fact that I'm not racist, because everybody else is like, you don't try that out on your first open mic. You know what I mean?
No.
You gotta check to see who's cool.
I got asked if I was black one time. I'm
really?
Like, nope, I'm white as shit. Yeah. Yeah.
Was it? Who asked you if you were black?
A Feeny. A Feeny did. He was like, "Are you black?" I'm like, "Nah, I'm white as shit." Like,
why would she think you were black?
I have no idea. No clue.
Oh, I don't know how to do this.
What do you not know how to do?
Science. No, I know how to do something. It's just going to make everything.
Morty, just do the thing, Morty. God damn it, Morty. Fucking. Oh, jeez.
So you got your bong cam. When I'm disappointed in myself, I turn this fucker on. This fuck face.
Right. Why do you have Christopher Walken just at the foot of your bed all the time? That to me would seem very like in the middle of the night. That is not the face I would want to wake up to. Oh,
he holds me sometimes.
Sometimes. He talks about his watch a lot.
That is a hell of a Christopher Walken impression. I can't get that.
Yeah.
I can't get that. I can't get enough phlegm in my throat to do that.
It's crazy. Dude, I love it. Like, there's that. Do you remember those bits where he was they bring him on SNL and he'd be like the weird like, yes, girl, like, like I love
the Continental.
I love that. Yeah, the Continental. That was what it was.
Continental.
Yeah. The Continental. Please sit down. Like, I love those.
Oh my god!
It's so funny. It's so funny to have like Walken be like I can't picture him being like romantic. Like, imagine him, like, doing wedding vows. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, yes, babe, I do. You know, like, you know, like, I can't.
Winner, chicken dinner, winner.
I love just doing those
You made the
dichotomies.
camera
Like, I'll answer the phone just, you know, like if it's a telemarketer, like, oh, wait, hold on. I got to do it. Hell, babe. These fuckers are calling me again.
Oh.
You know? I love answering the phone as Bill Clinton just for no reason. You know? But, like...
I don't answer the phone anymore unless, you know, if I know the number, then maybe, you know, me and phones. But I got this window right over here, and there's plenty of kids to yell at. So sometimes you could do that crazy, you know, what are you kids doing around here? Did you steal my oysters? You know, just like, uh-oh. Some guy's off his beds.
I have all my shoes and glasses, so I have them.
What are you doing in my front yard, you little bastards?
Shal Rosenberg. Like,
I'm gonna come out there and poop all over you. I got plenty. Doo-doo for everybody.
For everybody.
Listen,
like, there's a great podcast, Your Mom's House podcast, and they always do this. Tom Segura, Christina P. They talk about, they always have these little, like, snippets of things they remember, and sometimes they'll just say, like, those things just out of nowhere, and, like, no one will know what they mean. You know, it'll just be like, you know, come on down and get some moose soup. Like, no one knows, like, what, you know, but it's just something they, like, Tom Segura's classic bit about Scared Straight, where he was watching, like, the like, one of the only uncensored episode where they went to, like, federal. They went to, like, the state pen, you know, and, like, it was just, this guy comes up and, like, this kid with, like, a bowl cut, man. Like a bowl cut, like probably 15, right? And this guy comes in, hold my pocket, like, you know, just, you know. I said, hold my pocket. What do you steal? Like, bikes, like, just now every time anyone sees, like, Tom Segura, they'll just be like, bikes, like, just out of nowhere, like, you know.
I got you.
I just those little things where, like, people would most likely think you're crazy if you just did it to normal people, you know, like, or just that thing you'll do it in your head because you know no one else will get that joke but you, and you just, like, have to laugh silently to yourself and then cry on the outside at how lonely you are because you have no friends. What?
I love having comedy partners in crime, like at a party or something like that, or you're in some sort of group and you and that other person are on the same wavelength. You know the shit's lame, and so you're gonna make fun of it. You know, you just get that feeling like, that cat's gonna do that too. You know, so it's like, and sure enough, it's like something happens. You're like, you know, of course she's gonna fall on her ass, man. She was like drinking in church this morning, and like the other guy's like, oh yeah, you know, she's blowing some guy too. You're like, oh, of course. What happened?
Speaking of comedy, have you seen the latest Chapel special? The Chappelle.
Oh, the actual show.
Yes.
No, not yet. Because I wanted to absorb as much stuff that's not related to the actual stand-up. I want to absorb all the controversy first, and then go into it, you know, with
already preconceived opinions. Yeah.
Yes, because I'm lazy.
Yeah. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Tell me how to feel about this documentary before I go see it, please. I'm in a hurry.
That's why it's called taking a class. Like, so
right?
Comedians, if they sit in on another comedian, it's called going to school, right? You're taking a class, right? And one of the best lessons, one of the best teachers. Go watch Kill Tony. They have some interesting guests. They had on Alex Jones for some reason. Joe Rogan and Bert came in drunk as shit, like so drunk, right? But that's over there in Austin with Tony Hinchcliffe, right? But anyway, the premise of the show is that they've got a bunch of comedians' names in the hat. They've got some regulars. They've got just randos that put their name in, right? And you get a minute. You get 1 minute uninterrupted. You get a minute-long set, right? Right. And but then that's it. You're like, so you better have that minute, choice, because you can really feel a bomb in a minute. If you're bombing in a minute, it feels like an eternity.
Yeah. Yeah.
And people definitely do. People definitely do on that show. And it's one of the best, just seeing failure like that is such a good lesson for you to be like, all right, don't do that joke. Got it.
Wait, what's the name of the show?
Kill Tony. Part of the show is him, it's almost like a roast thing where Tony will, roast the comedian that just came up, right? So they'll give him a minute set, and then it's so you're a piece of shit, huh? It'll just be, Tony just, and whatever guest comedian they've had on.
Wrong guy. Sorry.
Johnny Cash eating cake in a bush hive. I mean, it would better. It's better than eating bush in a cake, right? I mean, maybe.
I had that. I was gonna surprise you, but then I forgot. I put that shit up 20 minutes ago. Sorry.
Yeah, Kill Tony. They had.
Wait a minute. Yeah, hang on a second. Okay, he's still there. Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's still there. Yeah.
All right. So it says live podcast taped in the main room of the world famous Comedy Store.
It's now in Austin at the gas, the gas station or the gas company.
Oh, they do this. They do this in the new place.
Yeah, they Austin. Yeah.
I was about to say because
that comedy exodus situation thing.
I did a comedy open mic there at. Wait a minute. Which one was the one that Kramer got in trouble at?
Oh God,
that wasn't the Comedy Store, was it?
That might have been the Laugh Factory.
Oh, Laugh Factory. That's what it was. Yeah. So I did a solid 3 minutes at the Laugh Factory, and when I say solid, it was like those.
You did your lumpy oatmeal material.
It was like those white dog turds on the yard. That's how solid it was. The Nature's powdered donuts. No, but see what it was. You go up there, you do your thing. And, that's one of those that they're out on Hollywood Boulevard, giving out free tickets to everybody. Hey, come see a free comedy show, because they wanted people in there for these.
Yep.
So to test out these guys. So I didn't have any solid material. It was just and I didn't really like the feel of the place, so I didn't get. I don't know. It's certain places I do better because I like the energy of the place, the people. This was all kind of some manufactured shit. And I could my spidey sense was dealing with that, but so I didn't do a good 3 minutes, but they were very nice about it. You go see the club manager afterwards, and he tells you either you come back next week and or come back in a month, and if they say come back in the month, then you're not ready. So, and he said
you're not coming back in a month.
You can just but he was, you could tell he was just look, you're not ready yet, your stuff's not that good yet. So I was like, okay, cool, and I didn't go back, but I did end up with these guys out in Glendale, right by L.A. And me and another guy, we had worked together at Borders Books over on Sunset and Vine, and he did open mics too. But we ended up doing like a monthly show, me, him, and 3 other comics that he knew, at this place called the Big Fish in Glendale. And they called it the Big Fish because there was this giant swordfish on the wall back there. But it was our thing. You know, it was one of those where it's like every month, you know, you just take turns being the host and everybody else does their comedy. Maybe you bring in some friends or whatever first, you know. And so we'd all take turns being the headliner and all that stuff. So it was our thing, you know, it was great. And I miss doing that. That was fun. And I've tried doing open mics here, but not the same.
New York comedy is very, like, that's the big difference too. Like you look at open mics over in LA versus like what's in New York. Like all the comedians coming out of New York are very, like there's a particular, like, you know, feel you have to get doing those clubs, you know. So like, when was Hedberg LA or New York?
I think he was LA.
I feel
I'm
like
not sure.
Yeah, but like I know now Chicago's got a pretty great comedy scene coming out of it too. You know,
yeah, Chicago's not bad. I mean, you got Second City right there too, so you know, that's kind of like a comedy mecca anyway. So, I was born there, but my dad kidnapped me. I mean, moved us to Mississippi when I was 2 because, you know, that's where you become a comedy legend.
That's where the culture is. Yeah, is in
Escatawpa. That's where the comedy scene is.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the movie Sliding Doors. You know, it's like, what if you had stayed in Chicago? Maybe I could have afforded something bigger than
done something.
Walk-in
my
closet.
My parent also did a similar thing. It's like we could live in a city. We definitely make enough money to like live well enough, and you know, no, we're gonna live in Live Oak in the middle of Florida, where it's just woods and swamp, and like, you know, it's just full of like, it's full of like, you know, like I've got, I mean, right now I'm not in Live Oak anymore, but these people would have definitely fit in. You know, I've got people flying Confederate flags. They got Confederate flags, Adirondack chairs out on the porch. You know, like
that's our pimples.
It's crazy. So,
yeah, I got some down there too. I got probably some of mine are selling those flags down there. I wouldn't be surprised.
Selling those flags. Yeah, I mean,
hey, they're making money.
Met some of my kin, I guarantee. You know, we've got Breland streets over there in those neck of the woods. So,
I told you. I think I've told you that there were some Brelands in Wiggins where I lived. So
yeah, you probably knew Joey. You know, Joey Breland was over in Wiggins for a period of time. That's my cousin.
That name sounds familiar. But you said you didn't know who Von Trell was, right? You didn't know Von Trell Breland.
Dude, my father had 7 brothers and sisters. Like, I've got enough cousins to like keep up with that. You know, like I've got to go through the whole like genealogy and go pull up, you know, like my you know, gene sequencing and go, okay, there was this one and like, you know, this one, and there was a guy who would just walk down the street and like ask for fights on Sundays. You know, There's that guy, and like, you know, that's documented like somewhere on paper that's what he did, which is just what? Like he just walked down the street, knocked on a car door. Hey, you want to fight? Like, okay.
And the reason they put down Hunter S. Thompson, period.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like I know. Like we had the Speedy guy around our place. His name was James Smith, I think. He's no longer with us. R.I.P. Speedy. But Speedy was this. He was this dude that he was like one of these guys, he was like 45 for like 20 years. Anyway, and so his deal, what? Because he once he hit 45, he became the Highlander, and he never aged. He always just stayed the same. He never got gray hair or nothing. But he was always all around town. He never drove or anything like that. He was like, he would walk everywhere. Granted, you know, Wiggins is not exactly, you know,
it's
slope.
like 3 stoplights. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It literally does. Well, it has 4 now, but when I was there, 3. So
that's 4 now. Yep.
That's 4. Yep. Progress. Who says it doesn't come down south, right? But yeah, man. Speedy was the guy. He always worked at the Piggly Wiggly as a bag boy, and he would run people's shit out to their car in the buggies, you know, and he was always quick, and he was like, that dude was a fucking machine, man. And he got out there and he got fat stacks for tips, man. Them old ladies were like, here you go, Speedy. You know, I don't know if Speedy was Speedy in the sack, but he was getting them stacks from them ladies at least. So he wasn't no looker though. He was kind of like, he was like real tan, but he had kind of like this onion looking head. It was kind of weird, but
Piggly Wiggly's the place you can get smoked turkey neck and pickled hog feet.
That guy would go into like dumpsters and stuff like that and look for like treasures and shit, like knives and like tools and shit like that. I worked with him at. Yes. I got a taste because I worked with him at this pizza joint.
I like how that's what you think of is in the trash can. Like what you think of is knives and like what was it was like knives and guns.
Tools.
Like, is that what you? What are you throwing away? Like. You know,
I'm not throwing it away, but he would go through like, look, this guy was like, if there was an apocalypse, this guy was going to be, him and the Roaches were going to be kings of this joint.
Would have been fine. Yeah.
He knows that he was like a scavenger, like super scavenger. Like if he had a super
like what
power.
MacGyver should be.
Yeah, he's like McScavenger.
Like you'd rather MacGyver be that guy. Yeah.
He's McScavenger because he can scavenge anything and he doesn't age. He just stopped aging at 45. He's probably like about, I don't know, maybe like 4'10". He was a little bitty dude, but I mean, he was speeding all over the place. But so everybody, like you said, everybody's got the town.
You take 2 Filet-O-Fish sandwiches and like, you know, and a bottle cap. Like, what?
I went to high school with this guy, Gus. He was one of the football players. Not the sharpest knife in the drawer. Wanted a convertible, so he took a chainsaw and cut the roof off his car.
Nice.
And Gus was driving around the Sonic one night. He was cruising the Sonic in his new caddy, his new Cadillac's on 22s.
Drop top.
Only like looked like the fucking Kurgan ripped off his fucking hood, his roof, and he's driving around. You're like, dude, what'd you do to your car?
Speaking of the roof getting ripped off, I did bring some treats today. Right?
Look at you producing.
I know, right? I know, it's crazy. Yep,
folks,
it's so hard to produce this part of the show. So. I co-host with my friend Indy on the what's his channel name? Should be I think
Independent Left.
Indie Left News.
Yes.
Indie Left News. He probably got a couple on that YouTube URL, but we'll find that link and put it in somewhere.
We got you, buddy.
We'll get the elves on that.
I have seen your show that you have on at midnight.
Yes, on Saturdays, same bat time, same bat channel.
This is news.
Called "How Did We Miss That?" Yep, there's those graphics, right? There's our clip right there about Caitlin Johnstone.
I'll put this in the thing.
One of her articles. Anyway, we try to find clips and stuff and articles that people miss, right? So, everyone's so politically saturated and stuff falls through the cracks a lot. So we try to find that, and you should definitely check out all of Indy's stuff. Find him at Indie Left News on Twitter, right? I think it's IND Left News, right? He gives quite a bit of content out there and tries to promote everyone's stuff, get everyone's stuff seen and viewed. But anyway, he lets me tag along on that show, which is nice of him. And I bring together a segment on the second hour of the show called Boats Smashing into Other Boats, right? Which may sound confusing when you put it next to the other content of political news. But I want to pull up here, if I do that, which you see the lovely, like, infinitum thing. But if I press this button...
Look at that.
Jim
You're
Jam.
a witch. You're a
Everyone's
witch.
Favorite.
It's Halloween.
Jim Jam.
You're a witch. Yeah, that's nice. Cool.
Right?
Oh, and then you're there. Okay, cool.
Yep, I'm under here. Hello. And I can tease my show that I'm going to try to start doing on Fridays, right?
Do you have a
Reefer
channel
After Dark.
already?
Mm-hmm. Yep, it's Reef Breland on YouTube, I think. Right? Super easy to find my stuff, but also my Twitter is right there underneath things at Reef Breland. If people want to go find me on there, I will be posting updates for that when we're ready to do that. It should be soon. I want to get started like next week. So you're welcome to come on if you want, and we'll just do this again pretty much.
I can't wait for you to get
anyway.
I love that show at midnight, and I want more Reef. I need more Reef cowbell.
Yeah.
Say it for me. Say it. I need more Reef.
I got a fever. And the only cure is more cowbell. I do have a cowbell here somewhere, but but anyway, I wanted to. One of the reasons me and Indy are like, bosom buddies at this point, attached at the hip in Discord all day. We met. I run the Door Discord, right? The unofficial fan server. We've got like almost 500 members in there. I will post out on my Twitter with links for that shortly if people want to join. I think I might even have a button. Am I able to post links in chat? Is that a thing I can do?
You're no god like me, boy. Know your place, child.
So if you copy that link and like actually click it, right? Put that link in a URL. It should take you to the Door Discord. You're welcome to hang out there. We try to watch Timmy live and all that fun stuff. So, but anyway, this was on when he was on Joe Rogan. Everyone's favorite giant podcast mogul. And he was asked here. Well, I'll play this clip. Let me make sure my audio is patched through. All right, Jimmy, hold on to that wire. All right.
I love him. You're yelling that, and you're wearing that fake tuxedo shit too. It's a nice juxtaposition.
Right here. We can see. Everyone can see and hear. Hopefully. All right.
I watch YouTube, and I watch mindless shit like car crashes. I just love watching car crashes. I'm watching boat crashes. There's this guy. Yeah. There's the inlet in Florida where the waves knock all the boats over. I just watch it forever, and I like watching people fly out of the boats, and then boats that smash into other boats. I just keep watching it.
So, anytime I had to decompress from the fire hose of political content that Indy provides for me just through osmosis, I would be scrolling through Reddit and YouTube, watching mindless shit. And when we watched this video, Indy just started that. Are you watching boats? So that it just stuck. Right. So if Jimmy's watching, which friend of the show, I do have content for you today, Jimmy. I know how much you like boats crashing into things. So this is in That Looked Expensive, right? And it was just called a yacht, right? So the sound is choice on this,
Oh boy.
And it just keeps on going because boats, you see, they have masts.
It's just so quiet, and then crunch.
I know.
Crunch.
I know. Crunch. You just don't realize that it's like, well, there's $200,000. There's $200,000. Like, you know, well, you got it. We got it stuck. You know, like, I love those. I've got what do I have another boat one, right? So
I sense a theme.
Boats are the best because you know it's rich people getting hurt.
Yeah,
you know,
fuck those assholes.
Like, unless it's like a P-row, you know, and, you
unless it's my boat, you know. But yeah, fuck your boat.
Exactly. Right. Yeah, unless it's like the boat that, you know, you and Pops have been, you know, duct taping together for the last like years. So you can go out and, you know, scrape oysters off a rock. You know, those boats are different, but
making those boats like in Waterworld where they just basically got some hot water heater tanks and like taped in some boards and shit.
Saltwater rednecks. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, that's right, man. Gulf Coast represents, son. It is.
Yeah, like
it's shrimp season. Come on,
anyway.
get in your boat, boy.
So this is definitely, I can already see boats here. This is like it's like what's that guy's name? John Madden, right? You see him? We're gonna go over here and do the thing, and then he takes the football.
Oh, the telestrator, yes.
Anyway, right. So right here is where water is. That's called a horizon, boys and girls. Right. But if you notice that there's a swell in here that is coming up, you know, like you have edge of boat here, and then you're looking at water, right? Either the angle of this camera is high, you know, or there's, you know, definitely some waves. But yeah, there we go. Oh, bye-bye.
Oh, shit.
Whee! Like, this is called the boom. We should definitely watch out for the boom.
That's why I don't like boats, man. I'm a straight up get smacked in the head.
Wee! He just gets launched. Like,
that's like paper football thump right there. Watch this. Boom. Oh man, that is a field goal.
Yep, it's great. I have boat adjacent stuff, so it's not all boats, right? We have jet skis even, right? So
well, it's an aquatic theme then. I like, this is nice.
At least for the first 3 videos, definitely. Yep.
Okay, right on.
Yep. That's how you got to start boats crashing into other boats. With boats hitting boats. Just I love the what the it's like perfect. It's like, you know, this guy's just chilling out. You know, you got away from the wife on the weekend. Right? You know, like he's hooking up his little lure, you know, and just this guy's cut like oh. And now both of you are you know, are wet. Like
what the
what the I don't understand what this guy was doing. Like, he has such a long run up. You know?
He was gonna be like he's gonna tell his wife, I saw an asshole this big when I went fishing.
Yep.
And
all right. So
who you think
also include you know, there's a spirit to boats crashing into other boats. It's not just boats. It's the fact it's mindless entertainment, right? Like, have you ever seen what's the movie Idiocracy? Right? Where, you know, it's just the getting kicked in the balls show.
Oh yeah.
Right? Well, you know, we have this guy who's trying to work out for the ladies. Right? He's trying to make sure he's got his beach body ready. Right? He's doing these leg extensions. Oh!
Right in the meat and taters. Oh, that's a rough one.
Just right there. And I love just this part.
Oh,
just the sadness. Just oh god. Just
see,
you know,
for the ladies who may not know this, I mean, when a guy gets smacked around in the egg, the huevos, there's like a ceremony we go through, because the pain isn't like automatic. There's the initial shock because you know what's coming, and then
like a Klingon death ritual. Yes.
And then all of a sudden, the swell begins. That pain just goes,
you're just,
and it's like an ice cream. It's like an ice cream headache. Well, depending on how hard you got kicked, but it's like an ice cream headache. You just got to ride it out. You just gonna be like, "Don't fuck with me. Don't fuck with me. Don't fuck with me." Yeah. So anyway, sorry.
It's bad. But no,
we're here to educate. We're here to educate. So go ahead.
So I've got a few more. So this is what I like to, the kids are fucking stupid is underneath here if you can't read, right? Because my head is up in front of it, right? So this is I usually try to pull together a dad zone segment for Indy. Right, just to make them feel better about like dealing with things. But so we have. Well,
if it makes you feel better, I may or may not have a kid out there somewhere. So so this may apply to me. Ow! Oh!
Just this video, so because it's just like off frame. He's just like here, pull, bang, gone. It's just like classic, like, why is it? I don't understand why it shows through. Why? It did this to me the other day. Okay, let's
maybe your magic smoke has something. Oh, ow! Speaking of smoked,
yeah, this is for all you people with snow. This in case you guys thought it was super cool to have it. Bip.
Yeah.
Oh,
that back is fucked for life too. So
Skylar's gonna have a tough time at the ski lodge later tonight. Like,
yeah, he's gonna be taking a fuck ton of Doan's pills
I think he must have broke his coccyx.
Oh, if he's lucky,
I think he definitely broke his coccyx on that one. Yeah.
Yeah, he'll be drinking through a straw in about 10 years. So, I mean, what?
No yard sale though. He keeps all the gear on him, So
as a capitalist, I'm just glad he didn't destroy the property. So and other than that, I don't. As a capitalist, I'm sorry.
As a capitalist, let me see if I refresh if that will fix the YouTube showing through. No, it just decides to for some reason.
It looks so. What the
just
fuck?
Gone, right? Just gone.
It sounded like he went through crackers.
Parkour. Gone.
Crackers.
Just gone. Just
like he jumped through like one of those unleavened bread crackers. Just
just like
just fuck like is matzah. That place? Right. Is that place made out of matzah? The fuck, man?
Matzah crackers.
Crackers building crackers. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. I love it.
I know you're not used to so much of this yakking when you're doing this with Indy, because Indy's like,
no, I
bet that hurts.
Indy like starts to fall asleep.
This is my Indy impression. So, I bet that's gotta fucking hurt. That's my
pretty much. Just do New Jersey and you got it.
Hey, pretty much do New. I want to cough when I do that.
New Jersey.
I don't want to. I'm not making fun of Indy, but I like his voice. What is this evil you've brought?
I don't understand what's happening here, but to me, it's a very cinematographic angle. Like, this is like if Kubrick filmed this, like this is like out of The Shining,
Oh Jesus!
Just why? Why? Tell me why. Like,
why?
Again, it's like a Kubrick movie. It's like, what has compelled him? What is his motivation? Is it the hotel? Is the hotel made him do it?
Did it make him think he was
Smirnoff? You know?
He thought there was snow. Somebody hypnotized him and made him think it was snow or leaves.
What did he think was going to happen? Like when he's here at the top of the stairs, like he's like, if you go one more frame, he's like Superman right here. He's like, I'm doing it, you know, like
for that 10th of a second.
Yeah, and then
oh boy.
And then instant regret right here. Oh, just all the regret. You know, and then just depression. Like
he's okay. He's okay.
I don't know. He's okay. Everyone, all the animals used in the filming of this were not harmed.
He's okay. He's fine.
Would the person with the baby poop green Dodge Caravan please, you know, this is the last one I have for today, and it's just because we deal with a lot of news stuff, but it's always funny when news people end up in these boats smashing into other boats video. But
out here on Flagpole Hill at White Rock Lake, where you really got to watch your backside.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
You knew I was going to happen.
You have to watch your backside.
When he disappeared behind his back? Yeah, you do.
You knew.
You knew. Wait a minute, do it again. See, watch. Right there. That's when I started laughing.
It's just the Alanis Morissette song in this video that.
Look at his face. Look at his face. Like in that moment in time, he was so happy. The kids were playing.
This is Ron Burgundy nailed it. This is like
right. This was the kicker for the news that day, and then life changes. Life changes. Yeah. Sorry.
Life changes. I just brought a mini set of them in today, but yeah.
I got to tell you, before we go any further, this may be the highest I've ever been on one of these shows. So
no, I mean, what? You're like 5'8" at least, you know.
5'8".
Yeah.
No, I'm high. No, I'm not a hobbit.
You're not a hobbit.
I'm a grown ass man.
5'8", sir. Yeah.
I got muscles somewhere. No, I'm 6'4" actually. So that's I can take a look. Yeah. You didn't know they stack shit that high, did you? Woo!
Yep.
But I'm svelte. I'm a little thick.
Right.
The THICC. Yeah.
Right.
Sometime. No. I got dad body.
Extra flotation.
I got dad belly and starting to get granddad boobs, but I'm trying to. Yep. I want to play with them before I get rid of them.
Me at this size, I can pull off the triple Lindy. I'm just saying. You know.
Hey, I tell you.
I can't do that one, so I had to set you up for it. You know, I
can do them okay.
Dangerfield.
I practice for you. So.
That's the two I can't do.
Seinfeld is just, hey, what's the deal? Yeah,
what's the deal?
But I gotta tell you, that fucking walking of yours, holy shit, that's gotta be the best one I've ever heard. Seriously,
I just found it today.
You found it today?
So yeah, it was just like I just tried it, and you were like, "That's the best." I'm like, "All right, well, cool. I'll run with it."
Wait, did you debut that on the show, on my show? Did you debut it?
That's all I could do before, right? So like, I could only do those two. I could be like, "Whoa, Foo Fighters," you know, but like, that was it. That was like, but now I like. Can do the thing, like, you know, whoa, like
I had to go to a buddy of mine. I used to work with at Trader Joe's. He worked for this. It was like the big not ad agency, but it's a big media company downtown. I don't know why I'm blanking on the name, but anyway, they hold they do a lot of other media stuff. So anyway, so they had he said, hey, listen, because he'd hear me do impressions around the store, and so he worked there part-time, and he was working on something, and he wanted somebody to do an Al Pacino impression. I said, well, do you want to do a young Al Pacino, which is, he's a little more nasally and young sounding, but then
versus you got movements of just
your dog,
look
at that dog over there. Your dog is stinking up this whole joint. So. Yeah. I went to go down there and I did that. I did a Al Pacino impression with a lot of hoo-ahs for about an hour and a half, and was it something I said?
No, it's my dog, my puppo. My puppo was like, I gotta go outside. So I was hoping you were so high you wouldn't notice. If I could just move quick enough, it would be like I never left.
Look, man, whenever I fire up the USS Extra Bulla, I got all my cameras and all my eyes and spies everywhere. This place looks like if Fred Sanford had built a starship.
I want to see that episode now. That's what I want to see.
Give me some of them dilithium crystals, dummy. Give me,
watch your ass.
I put 5 of these. Your lips. Oh my God!
Favorite episode is when he had weed. He had weed in the garden. He made the salad.
He made the salad. Everybody loves that episode. Everybody's fucked up. Oh shit!
I love it.
Oh,
I love it.
I grew up with that shit, man. We were what's his name? Daryl. Last week we were talking about that, growing up with that shit. All them 70s shows, man. But Sanford and Son was my favorite. Oh my God, that was so much fun. Just all the characters too. Aunt Esther, Grady, Bubba. And
my father, technically my grandfather was more that way, but my dad has some of his tendencies, right? And anytime like my dad will call my uncle, all you hear is, like, and I just like die every time. And he's like, what's up, Sanford? Like, like, he loves it. Like, and my dad just has all those tendencies. There's, it's always got to be rigged. We can never just get someone to do the thing we need, or just like get the thing that actually does that thing. It's always got to be like, boy, we got a coat hanger, don't we? Like, it's like, yeah, but we need copper wire, like, like.
Well, that's like a point 14 grade right here. We use this. We use this point 12 over here because that's what you're supposed to. You're like, okay, sure.
Yeah, like.
Yeah, they would build shit out of our
moments like that.
Yeah. Well, you just feel like you got all this junk lying around, and Southerners are like keeping busy, right? So it's like it's always thinking about what can I do with this junk, because you don't want to buy shit.
Project.
I want a project. What can I do with this shit I already have and turn it into something that I'll actually like and use? So that's
Yeah, that's why you get those like the flowers in the toilet outside, right? Where they got the old toilet and they have the like daisies in it, right?
Right.
Like that stuff, like.
And you just put water in the tank.
Find that.
That's
like
brilliant.
You're never gonna go to the Met, like the Met. Like what do they call it? Where they you have plants indoors. What's that? What are those places?
like an atrium, or is that for birds?
Atrium. Yeah,
atrium.
You go into the atrium at the Met, and it's like just toilets in a date. Like that's not how people make things look pretty. Is put it in a toilet. That's not, you
put flowers in a toilet, and you bury tractor tires halfway. Paint them.
Yep.
Don't be a redneck. Have some class. Paint the fucking things, and that's like they would do that. They'd have that would be their little fence, their little tractor.
Yep.
It was the loggers. Yep. A lot of times it was loggers, and they would use the skidders, right? And they'd use those big. They were big tires, but they were kind of skinny.
Tires. Yeah, I flipped 2 of them outside. I just have 2 of them for flipping. Well, what do you do? You just flip them. Well, why do you do that? Reasons. Like they're like 200. One's like 140. The other's like 200 pounds. Like, but yeah, they're just like, and like now you can't find them because all the Southerners are using them for like, planters. Like, no, I need them for exercise, please. Like,
I wish Mississippi would full on just legalize marijuana down there. All that fucking farmland.
Great.
I mean, you don't need a farm. It's probably better to do it like in a enclosed place. But I mean, if you're gonna just grow the shit and for low overhead, you've got fertile land down there. You could, if it's legal, and you got enough weaponry to protect the shit, you could grow like a substantial amount.
I'm waiting for the Mississippi Mud Pie diesel hybrid. Like that's what I'm waiting for. Like, this is one of these award-winning strains from Wiggins. Like, what?
And probably like a quarter of the population probably has already grown it anyway. And, in some form, whether they just got a whole ass farm or they got like little plants that they keep next to the window in their rented apartments and shit, it's like when the time comes.
Like a bonsai.
Yeah, it's like, I'm just waiting for it, and then.
It's going to give them like one nug and that's it. Like they're waiting for that, like that one little nug, and like, that's going to be my Christmas present. Like.
Mississippi is pretty. There's some creative people. I can imagine the hybrids that's going to be coming out of Mississippi down there. If the hybrids are as good as the food,
yeah,
it's like make Colorado nugs like,
Yeah, I mean Colorado nut, dude. Florida just legalized, thankfully. I mean medically, right? So
right.
I went and got my prescription. It's not an addiction, kids. It's a prescription. I'm taking my medicine.
It's pure medicine.
It's like,
thank you, Jesus, for that medicine.
Yeah, like I wish the medicine was cheaper, but doesn't everyone? Like it's right. Like I think it's like $50 for 3 grams. Like, I mean, it's not the worst, but it's also like I want, How many?
What is that?
How many? Like,
how many ounces is that?
Oh, you want an 1/8?
So 3 grams is an 1/8. It's close to an 8.
We have to work in science units. I'm sorry, there were science units.
Yeah, I don't do that Canadian shit on this channel. We Americans. Grams. Okay.
Hundreds.
Jolly tea, Queen.
One square centimeter is a milliliter of water, which then weighs 1 gram. That's what a gram weighs.
So you're saying like basically an 1/8 costs $50. $50
pretty
for
much,
an 1/8. Yeah. This is grams.
Yeah. Back in my day, a dime costed a dime. I'm like, when?
I was like, really?
I'll go back to that.
I know, go back with all your spare change back in time. You're swimming in it like Scrooge McDuck, spitting out dime bags.
I'd bring back my future vacuum sealer just to like make sure I get them vacuum fresh. Yep. Okay. Cool. Just fill up a truck.
I was going to say you're coming back with like this cartoonish amount of balloons, but it's all these dime bags.
It was one of the best best headlines I've seen that a Florida sheriff returns like 470 pounds of marijuana to owner. Like it
Jesus.
was like, it was me. I dropped it. Sir,
Yeah, oh yeah, that.
You know.
Oh yeah.
That was mine.
We're just trying to find out. We're just trying to get it back to him.
I'm
That's
still
great.
putting it out there. If that was you, contact me. Get in touch. I cannot be that far away from you. I will gladly help you.
Obviously, the person who lost it is not going to go for it. But there's going to be some dumbass that's going to say, "Oh yeah, I could totally get away with it." It thinks that he's going to fucking out Columbo the cops, but he's probably better off just cooking the meth.
Yeah.
But no, he goes up in there and says, "Hey, it's my shit." And then,
yep.
The lessons never learned.
Be the move. Yeah, I mean, I guess it would be like, I don't know. Like, I imagine if Florida's got to legalize it fully soon, right? Like with the amount of crazy we have here, like someone's got to put that on.
I hate to say this, but it's probably not going to happen under a Republican because you got too many Jesus freaks that have too much money down there. So,
Like, but I mean, have you seen Ted Nugent? No way, that guy's not high on dope.
Although, if you start saying like, "Hey, man, you don't have to raise taxes on your rich buddies. You could just tax these stoners instead," they'd probably be like, "Oh, really?" And have a fuck ton of money. Sure, who wouldn't? Right?
Like, yeah, like that's like classic. Yep.
Yeah. So,
hippies, like,
I mean, the guy that's there. Who's the DeSantis? That guy is not very.
Yeah,
he's not very.
Yeah.
He's. Somebody's pulling his strings because he's like another Trump. He's not the brains in none of this. You know what I mean? Somebody's pulling his strings.
Why does he look like? He looks like he's got like either like a tiny head for his body, or like his head is just way too big. Like there's something, or he's got like too much neck. Like there's something. Like he shaves his head, and I think, and he just looks weird to me. He looks like. Do you? All right, I'll find that one while you're.
I keep bringing up the cake guy. There he is. This guy.
Oh, this is that's
Ron DeSantis.
Go back.
That's not Ron DeSantis. That's Ron DeSantis.
I'm thinking of Scott. I'm thinking of
Scott. Yeah. This guy.
Yeah.
The guy from
giant ears.
Out where the river broke, the bloodwood and the desert oak. Oh man, it's fucking lead singer of Midnight Oil, man. Look at that fucking crypt keeper looking son of a bitch.
Like, dude, it's like if you were trying to get, like, if you needed to cast the next Nosferatu, you know what I'm saying?
Somebody stop me!
Yeah, like it's he looks like, how does he not look in the mirror and go, I look like the villain. I look like the bad guy in the, like,
Hey, you know what he looks like? He looks like if what's his name? Oh fuck, who's that actor Glenn that was like in The Right Stuff and all that shit? You know what I'm talking about? He was in Westworld. Anyway, yeah, he was in The Abyss. That guy. If he cut off his own head and it regenerated. God damn it.
Yeah.
I gotta do some.
You gotta, like. Yeah.
This guy. This motherfucker. No! This guy.
McGrath.
If he, like, ate his own head or it came off, and then this guy shows up. Oh no! And then you'd get this guy. What the fuck? I'm sorry. This show has totally gone off the rails. It's fine. Nothing to see here.
Was it ever on rails to begin with?
Oh no. It was more like a four-wheeler, you know, but the front end alignment isn't quite straight. I got nothing. I'm gonna look at.
Is like one of the worst. Like Tinder gifts and Pinterest, they can all go like. I love that was literally the gift.
Everybody was doing math. Everybody was doing math in the fucking chat. So you got like 3.5 grams is an eighth. 7 grams is a quarter. 28 grams is an OZ. I wasn't going to say ounce. I'm street. Yeah. I say OZ.
Yes, officer. It is an OZ.
2.2 pounds in a kilo. I'm sorry. What happened?
Can I zoom? Will it let me zoom this? Yes, but like only this far. All right. So if I do this, and then press this button, right? You see this guy? That to me is like is Rick Scott. That's what I see every time I like you know, is this like Russian dance guy who's definitely, you know, having a good time. But yeah, like it's what I had to search in Google was like Russian bulging eye dancing meme. That's what I had to do to find that. So good luck people trying to find that out there. But yeah,
I'll show you who I was thinking of. Not him. Quit. I knew I should have put that there. I'll always keep it there too. Okay, so
you're
about to see your boy Ricky Boy. There he is. He's a star.
Oh, there he is. I see him. Yep.
Wait a minute. Where the fuck he go? Damn, that was a short. Is it really
there?
Wait a minute. Where is he? He's the devil. He's everywhere at once. That's why we can't grow no corn. He's poisoned the crops. Rick Scott's everywhere. Rick Scott, you son of a bitch! You killed my mama. There he is.
Florida does not produce many great politicians. Debbie Wasserman Schultz, DeSantis, Scott, Andrew Gillum.
Yeah, no, I got people down there too. I got my nephews in Tallahassee, and I think everybody else is like near Tampa or Orlando or something like that. So
I'm 45 minutes below Tallahassee, so you know I'm like right there.
You want to stop? You can stalk my nephew.
Head towards the taint of America. That's where I'm at. Like literally, like if you think of Florida as the floppy dong of America, I'm like right there at the taint, right there. So that's where I'm at.
The Tallahassee taint? Or yeah.
Oh, well, that's the correct term is Tallahassee. Apparently. That's
why is that? Are there hussies in Tallahassee?
I just think it's one of those things where it's like they need to have a name that they can like shit on the city they live in with, you know, like when I lived in Live Oak, everyone called it Dead Oak, you know, like
right,
that sort of thing. You know, man, your focus puller is having a rough day. Did you get him high too? Like
he's always high,
you know. You got a guy on a monitor in the back going, "Oh God, oh I can't get it in focus." What, like, you know?
Hey, you hear that? He's talking shit about you. The little man on the picture box is talking shit about you. Camera guy.
Him and the best boy are just like freaking out right now. The best boy's going like, "Did I get coffee?" Like, I think. You know,
see, I do this, and then or maybe it's because you're stoned as fuck and I'm blurry. You crazy asshole! Don't blame your addictions on me. I got one of those cameras that's like this camera is not for people with ADHD or hyperactivity. So
It finds the squirrel. It just goes, the squirrel's there. Like, yeah.
Right. Because that's why, if I was out in the woods and those hunter cameras that they got, they shoot pictures of deer and Bigfoot and shit, they wouldn't shoot. Yeah. All they see is a blur. All they'd see is a blur if I was out there.
Just a blur. Yep.
I'm like Speedy in Wiggins. I ain't stopping. I'm going to take his place in Wiggins. I'm going to be the Speedy guy in Wiggins.
I told Andy about snipe hunting. He hasn't.
You mean Indy's never been snipe hunting before?
Yeah, never been snipe hunting. I told him it's real easy. It's real easy. Like, they're delicious. You take a flashlight out middle of the night, and you bring a big pillowcase, and you just shine the light, and they'll just hop right on in there. Like, anyway, funny story. My mother used to do bird watching. Right, she was a what do they call that? Was it a horticulturalist, or what's the? I like birds.
Orniculturist, bird scientist. Yeah,
she's actually a marine biologist and ichthyologist. That was her original trade, but you end up they just start teaching you other animals at some point. They're like, so do you like these? You might also like birds.
There's a lot of critters. There's a lot of critters. So.
She would run these, she worked at what used to be called Jefferson Davis Community College. You should recognize that name.
It's not called that anymore?
No, it's called Gulf Coast Community College. It was over there in Ocean Springs. Biloxi. Yeah.
Oh, so just like that, PERC, because PERC is called Gulf Coast Community College. But I thought it was already called Gulf Coast, but it was just Jefferson Davis campus. I don't know.
It was Jefferson Davis University. That's what I remembered it as. That's how old I am. That when I went, shout out Spence, used to play tennis. Me in a Labrador. He used to say, my mom would ask, I was 2, maybe 3. I was real young then. My mom would I would go running down the hall to go play with the puppo. And this guy, and mom would ask, what have y'all been up to? And he's like, yeah, we smoked cigars, chased women. It's a good time. My mom was like, all right, and
all
just that was, all right, come on, you have fun, kid? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, okay, So anyway, I'm sure he just hated the annoying little, toddler. But so she took these people out birding. She would go birding, do tours and stuff like that, right? And her and this other horticulturalist or whatever is super geeking out on these birds, right? And she's looking through it, and they're like, I think it's a snipe, right? And the two country boys that they brought along are like, bullshit, they're right, and they're like, no, I think it's not. It might be a woodcock. It's very close to a woodcock, but it might be
a woodcock.
And she can pull up the thing. She'll pull up here's snipe, here's woodcock. They're on the same page. They're they're very alike, snipes and woodcocks. But I just love that. That's the somewhere those two guys still think, that my mother was fucking with them, but I dumb stuff like that is, could you imagine getting that, the bird, it's an actual bird. That's the funny thing,
with the woodcock.
I love dumb stuff like that. Yep. The snipe, the woodcock, but
I thought the woodcock was a dick joke. I thought woodcock a dick joke.
Yes, but it's also
woodcock.
Yep.
Hard dick.
Yep.
I've been on a snipe hunt before. I was one of the people that I was one of the perpetrators, and we had
gotcha.
we took a fella out there, and we all worked at a TV station. And this guy was new, And we said, all right, we're going to go snipe hunting. It is so much fun. It's like a Southern tradition, you know. We get Yankees in here all the time, and anybody that moves here that doesn't know, we got to take you snipe hunting. So,
what exactly is a grit? How's your Joe Pesci?
The two you. Yeah. So that was that was some interesting stuff down there with those folks. With grits. Now, you just totally threw me off. I don't know what the fuck we were just talking about.
you were talking about snipe hunting.
Oh yeah, we took that guy. Yeah, long story short, we took him and then we drove off, and then we waited like 20 minutes and we came back. It was like some gravel pit or something. He probably could have died, but you know, we didn't care.
He would have been fine.
Yeah, he would have been fine. He's good. He just you know. He was a good sport about it. No, we didn't give him shit. I said that you can't have, you got to use the moonlight, because we had lucked out. It was like an almost full moon or something. And I said, it's a Southern tradition, man. You gotta use this guy was from like Illinois or some shit, so we knew he was a pretty easy rube. Anyway, he liked the food, so that was like, oh, you like the food? You're gonna love the snipe hunting shit. Yeah, but we left him out there for like 20 minutes because we knew he'd probably die if we left him out there any longer. So we went back and got him.
Any longer than that?
Yeah, he probably would have panicked and ran into the woods and probably got fucked by somebody. But you know, it's
like that. Cow tipping.
Not everybody's that lucky.
That's another. Right.
I knew some people that they went to the junior. I went to Perk, you know, for a couple of years, and I knew some people that, like friends of friends, they weren't from the South. I don't know. Maybe they'd moved here and I don't know.
Right.
So they didn't know about cow tipping. And I heard this tale. This was like secondhand information. So I wasn't there, but yeah, apparently they took these fucking Yankees out somewhere and they cow tipped, and you know, we're like, what the fuck are you doing to these cows, man?
I mean, yeah, the only time, you know, like you see what happens is that when it rains, mushrooms grow.
Right.
And when you're in a place where there's cattle, lots of hippies start just roaming the fields after it rains, and you're like, that's interesting, you know, and no one really tells you until you get, you know, to college, and then you're like, why did I not go do that? Like, you know.
I know, right? Where I live, when we moved from Chicago, the first place we lived was like on this big ass farm, right? So Dad was kind of like a caretaker. He would grow some crops on there, and we got to stay there rent free, that kind of thing. So, but yeah, it was. What were we just talking about? I'm totally fake. What?
Theoretical physics?
No, stop it. There was a point where I was telling you why we grew shit. But if he had
mushroom.
Yeah, so because he had cows there too, so he grew shit and he took care of some cows. So a lot of cow patties all over the place. The first TV station I worked at down south was at WCBI in Columbus, Mississippi, and it was literally out.
Stop.
Damn, the secret word is fuck. I guess that's not so secret. The secret word is fuck. But
I want to see that pyramid game.
My buddies, they were one of them. The guys I worked with at the TV station, they would go out there and they would. Like one of them was he was like the news editor or the desk guy, and then this other guy was like a videographer. And so we would all go out there once we were done with work at the TV station, and we'd go out the cow pasture and go out there and get the mushrooms, and it was just filling up garbage bags full of the shit. I was like, I had no idea. I never did mushrooms when I lived down south or anything. I was a good little boy. And then I got to college, and well, that was that. And
so my first mushroom experience like not that long ago. Shout out to Matrix Genetics, the Matrix bars.
Plug.
Just find them on Twitter. Yeah, they're super cool over there. They just send you out a chocolate bar that's got mushrooms in it. It's great.
Look, Matrix, this show don't make no money. Send us some of them funny bars. I'll eat them. I'll pimp the shit out of them. I can be bought by psychedelic chocolates.
I make some crazy edibles because I have this super cool invention called an immersion circulator. That it means I can keep a water bath super precisely heated, right? Wow. And then I'll grind up weed, put it in a bag and like put it in there so you can go 95 degrees C for like an hour. That'll decarboxylate, which means it just activates it, turns that weed on, right? And then, the stuff you guys used to do in a crock pot or the oven, right? And then I'll infuse whatever oil or fat I want for like 85 degrees C for like 6 hours. Try to get full extraction, right? But I thought about doing dumb stuff like just making pie. You know how much butter is in pie? Like,
there's never enough butter in pie.
Like I want those like flaky layers of like wheat. I wanted to do fried pie. That's what I wanted to do. It was like fried pie. That's a southern treat. That's just way too. But like, imagine that, like that thing that'll get you blitzed. That thing's gonna put you in the floor, like. But it's pie. That pie's gonna put you in the sky.
Look, when I die, if I know I'm gonna die of something and I know kind of when it's gonna happen, I'm gonna get me one of them fucking pies. I'm gonna eat the whole goddamn thing, and just like.
I'll do it up.
Oh, if I'm going wherever, I'm gonna be baked as a cake when I go. I don't want to be lucid when I die. That's some bullshit. I don't want to be aware of shit. I'm gonna be fucked up, man. I mean,
If you just get high enough, you won't die. You'll live forever. That's what they tell me.
I'm ready for that. If you get high enough, you won't die.
Yeah,
does it turn you into the Highlander? No way. There's no weed that does that. There can weed only one.
Only one. It's even better than the Highlander because you don't have to fight anybody. You just get everyone else high.
If I ever start growing weed, I'm gonna make Highlander Kush, right? You smoke this shit, you live forever. The only way you die.
You'll think a Scottish guy can be Spanish. Like that's.
He comes from the steppes of Russia. They throw kids into pits of hungry dogs. Yeah, uplifting stuff.
That was The Rock. That's
Highlander Kush.
The Russian guy. Like
I can't do impressions well when I'm teetotal.
No, I'm just like. How do they think you play the Spanish guy well? Like I don't like just. And Antonio Banderas exists. Like
he would have been too young back then. They're gonna remake it, right? They said Henry Cavill is supposed to be the Highlander. They could, get Antonio Banderas for Ramirez. I would be okay with that.
The Spanish guy. Yeah,
I don't like Cavill though.
He's got to do a Sean Connery accent the whole time. Olash, please, que passion.
He's got to do a Christopher Walken impression the whole time.
Yeah.
From the dawn of time, we came.
We came
down through the centuries.
Down. Whoa.
All the way down. I could do manic, crazy. I'm screaming Christopher Walken. Wowie zowie.
There can be only one. Like
I'm Juan Sanchez Ramirez Villa Lobos, and I'm at your service. Oh,
you just want to see like the Hollywood tryout reel tape of Christopher Walken of just like and take 432 Christopher Walken in When Harry Met Sally. I'll be having What she's having, like, you know, like just all of the Christopher Walken, like, I'm sorry, Mr. Frodo, but, you know, like,
one ring to rule them all.
One ring.
Oh, sorry.
Whoa. Yeah,
Whoa.
see, I lost it. I got to get it back again. That's the craziest thing. It's you could just lose people's voices, and then they like eventually they come back.
If you want more Walken goodness, that would be really good impressions to do. It's when he's in that movie, Things to Do in Denver When You're Dead. Have you ever seen that?
Right. I don't think I have. I think I heard
It's a great. They say it's a Usual Suspects ripoff, but no, it ain't that. It's really good. The same guy who wrote that movie also wrote Con Air. So,
okay,
you know, if you're not a fan of Con Air,
the same person who did Mad Max also did Babe 2, Pig in the City, and that's
yeah,
that is what's important in life. That, you know, that guy
Things to
knows
do,
what he's supposed to be making.
Right. Things to Do in Denver When You're Dead is I can't remember who the director was, but the writer, I mean, he wrote Con Air. Con Air wasn't written bad. It was just, you know, it was just Michael Bay bad. You know?
Yeah. Yes.
But
Nicolas Cage on top of that.
So you got in Things to Do in Denver When You're Dead, you have Christopher Walken. He's in a wheelchair going around. He's a mob boss. He bosses this guy and this guy over here.
This guy.
My dick doesn't work anymore.
Crazy.
My dick doesn't work anymore. So you got him. You've got Christopher Lloyd in that movie.
Okay. Yeah.
Which he's kind of in more Reverend Jim mode, kind of more serious than he is Doc Brown mode. You know.
Like, yeah, it's not. Look, Morty. You know, it's not.
Yeah, he's not. He's more of
we got to go back, Marty.
Okay, Louie. I'll get in the taxi cab. You know, stoned out of his mind, Reverend Jim.
Yep.
So he's in it. You got Bill Nunn is in it. William Forsythe is in it.
That's that wine you get at the 7-Eleven, right? Bill Nunn.
Bill Nunn.
No, that's
Don Cheat. I don't get jokes.
No.
I wish someone was hugging me right now. I'll hug myself. Fuck it.
Blue Nun is what I was going with. That was the leap I was trying to make there. Right next to the Mad Dog. You know?
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. But no, I'm sure he had Blue Nun. He was drinking Blue Nun. But yeah, so and Treat Williams is in it too, so and he is a treat. He is a treat. He plays just a psycho nutty dude, and it is just wonderful. So I can highly recommend Things to Do in Denver When You're Dead. Wowie zowie.
Wow. Wowie zowie.
Oh my God, it is 9:09. Yeah. We've been going 2 hours, brother. How you feeling?
Great.
Yeah.
You ready for the next 2 hours?
Did you get a nap? Did you get a nap today? That's very important.
Sleep is for the weak. You know? No, so what I do is I stay up
pray
till
for
6
death
in the morning, and then
I know.
Go to sleep then, you know, and then wake up at 1 o'clock, you know? Which is like, I feel like what normal humans should do. We'd all be a lot happier if we did that, you know? So...
Yeah, but the circadian rhythm, you know, just kind of, when you get, you start monkeying around with that shit, you know, then you start growing tits, and, you know,
sure.
I don't know what else happens, but it's like, the reasons, they, Starburst,
right.
Nah, they the store at the end of the block sells this little candy goodness that I get, and yeah, that shit.
You go down to the bodega and you get the bodega cat.
We get
say hi to the bodega cat.
There's a cute little bodega cat. At the one, there's two delis. There's two delis. The one on the other side of the street has a cat.
A bodega got all your food groups. You see, bodega's got the yellow food group, the red food group. You know, like the
and they keep shit.
Group. You got your coda water.
They keep shit in the windows too for like ever, and then all the labels and shit are faded on that, so you don't want that shit. That's just, at this point, they ain't selling that. That's decoration, and also keeps the heat out.
You got to get the moon pie from the front of the case, not the back of the case.
Don't get none of them jugs of Tide up there. That's for show. Get the ones down here.
That's for showtime.
Oh my God!
Where do you even fit a container of Tide in a New York apartment? Where does that fit? Like, you know?
In here, like, I don't know. It's under some junk. Maybe there's a body attached to it. I don't know. This place, I'd like to say I'm a hoarder, but that's not really the case. It's just this place is like a glorified walk-in closet, you know. So
closet, right?
Yeah, it's pretty much.
They need to start making, like, you know, they have like fun-sized like candy bars. They need like a New York sized, you know, that's like they New York size furniture and like, you know,
like somewhere in the middle doll houses type thing. No, you know what they had over here that way on the corner of Flatbush and DeKalb. No, it was DeKalb. It was further up, closer toward the bridge. But they had made storage containers like or like the little freight containers, you know, you've seen those? And they made little shops and stuff out of that too. One of them, and they had like, this one was a radio station and this other place was like, you know, selling clothes and shit. And, but I mean, one of those things is basically how big this place is. The ceiling's high. I have like I don't know, like an 8-9 foot ceiling. Floors. And hardwood floors, all
floors, nice.
All 90 square feet of it.
So, Mitch Hedberg joke, by the way.
What's that?
I bought a house the other day. It had cathedral floors. You know, so it's just a Mitch Hedberg. It's just like it had cathedral floors, and he moves past it, and it's just like, oh, no one caught that. But it's just, and he says something after it, like, you know, got like a bunch of teenagers in a pit, like, you know, it's just like he says something to to visualize, like, right, you know, that's the funniest. Like, it's got cathedral floors. That's like Mitch Hedberg's rice joke. Price is great for when you're really hungry and want to eat 8,000 or something, you know.
Right. He said, I don't have a microwave oven, but I do have a clock that occasionally cooks shit.
Yeah.
Somebody was talking about him on Twitter the other day. We were talking about him and Stephen Wright and how Stephen Wright was kind of the same. Yeah. He was just like a, you know, he'd say, I put instant coffee in a microwave oven and I almost went back in time.
It's like, they remind me of Izzard too. Izzard sometimes has those jokes, like, you know, like when he's talking about, you know, the meek shall inherit the earth. Man, that must have been weird when he told that to the dinosaurs. You know, like, what do you mean? No, the scary dinosaur shall inherit the earth. God, I gotta rewrite this. Like, you know, like, but, you know, like, but anyway, it is 9:09. All is well. You know, everyone should go find my stuff at, you know, go find my Twitter at.
Wait a minute, hold it. What the hell's going on here? Who's fucking this goat? Wait a minute. I was gonna have I was gonna have a nice little graphic for you, and then I totally forgot about it. So I got you this instead.
You beat up my friend! You beat up me, huh? You fuck with me! You fuck with you!
Oh wait, oh no. I got that. No. I got nothing. Wait a minute. I got lost. I got lost. I forgot that thing. You couldn't hear the audio, but he keeps saying, "Fuck with me, I fuck with you. You fuck with you, I fuck with you." What you fuck? Yeah, it was. I got. Hang on a second.
Fight scene and They Live.
You beat up my friend.
I gotta fix this. Don't worry about the pictures.
You fuck with you. You go to town, you drink.
See.
You don't drink.
Oh man, what is this
Pay no
business?
attention to the images you're seeing on your.
That guy looks dead. Let's get off that. All right, yeah, I'm pretty fucked up. So maybe we should probably so let's talk a little business. So
yeah.
Reefer After Dark. That's going to be your solo thing, right? What's that going to be about? What are you going to do?
Pretty much bring people on, smoke weed, let them get some, like therapy in for a bit, and let them go back out into the depressing world that nothing will change, and we're constantly having to fight the establishment and all that fun stuff, right? So. That'll be. I'm going to try to start that next Friday. Cool. So, and that I don't know how often I'm going to do that. It depends on when guests are available and stuff like that. So, we'll see. But
right on.
At some point, maybe in person. Come on, smoke weed. Like do all that stuff. Do a little as the old timers would say, some pot.
Do some doobies.
The harshest word for weed ever. Pot. Like,
hey, do me a favor. I'm gonna make you a moderator. I just don't know how to do it now, and I don't want to break nothing. But DM me your the Discord, and I'll put it in the thing. Just DM
I
it
can
to
do that.
me.
Yep, I have a button for that. I just have to go a few folders out in the Inception.
No, you were
really shit.
My OBS.
I'm just sure.
I got scared there for a second.
Over. You want it in Skype chat or?
Yeah, I guess that's fine. Either or you can just put it in Twitter too. That's fine. I'm scared of the world.
Typing it individually in, like in chat. Weird. Hold on, it's almost there.
You do your thing. I've been totally ignoring the chat. I didn't mean to. Sorry, folks. I'm pretty fucking baked.
There we go.
I Dingo ate me, baby. Thanks for coming out. I appreciate you. Like a gamer.
And then here it is.
Gamer and I, we were late bloomers. We both didn't start smoking weed till we got in our early to mid 20s. So
you know who Greg Proops was who started Jimmy smoking weed. So we have to all thank Greg
really?
Proops.
Nice. Yep. I love Greg Proops.
Also, go watch Super High Me. Shout out Doug Benson. It has 2 spots, one by none other than Jimmy Dore, and the other Graham Elwood, both in that film.
Oh, right on.
Super High Me. If you've never seen that, good time.
Doug Benson. He's a fun weed comic. Him and Jim Brewer were always like my go-to weed comics. You know what I mean? But
and find me an indie show on YouTube Saturday nights. How did we miss that? Right? If you go to IND Left News on YouTube, you'll be able to find that.
I think I had that up there.
You should be able to. It's in my subscription somewhere.
I'm just not very fast. I try to be. I'm slow with the ladies, but what happened? Sorry. Roar Media is on right now. Very cool. To hell and back. I think that's Shonda and Pasta, I think. Oz is always in the mix, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
so
he's always somewhere.
So these fine folks will probably pop on out of here soon. Let me go ahead and put this in the chatty chat.
You found it?
Yes, I did.
Yep. And you can go find his Twitter at IND Left News. So
bingo.
But yeah, good stuff.
Brother, that was a hell of a ride. I got to tell you. Listen, I'm serious. That was probably the most high I've been for a show. But I trusted you because I knew if I stumbled, if I fell, you would catch me and cradle me in your arms and pat me on the head and say, "Don't worry, little one. Everything's gonna be okay."
And then I vomit. Where people fall forward and not into the people they're supposed to trust. Right? One of those.
I could probably count on less than 2 hands people I trust. So, but with you, I knew I was fine. Anybody else, I would have been a little nervous because I'm too high. I'm freaking out. I'm freaking out over here, man. Take me back to the tent.
You're just high, man.
For some B12 shots and some orange slices, man.
Hey, man. Eyes on the road, man. Anyway.
This is how stoners end shows. We end stoners end shows like country people say goodbye when they're visiting somebody at the house. They always do that. Well, I guess we better get going. We got to get up early tomorrow. Beaver's got to go to school at this new place, And then they sit down and they talk for like 15 more minutes.
You forgot his new Mustang cleaned. It's real pretty. Like, yeah,
right. There's always somebody. There's always somebody that goes like, "Oh, hey, before you go, do you remember that so and so?" And then that's another 20, 25 minutes.
Right. Yep.
That's how country people do it. They're around these cities, man. They're like, "All right, see ya."
Yep. Anyway,
credits.
Also, sub to this channel if you haven't done that. Go click that little like button down there and hit the bell. Do all that.
That's me. That's me. Yeah, if you like this shit, hit the thumbs up. Don't be assholes.
And if you don't go to the Patreon link that's in the description and give this guy your lunch money, you're gonna get swirly. You're gonna do it.
That sounds like extortion. I don't know if I'm down with that.
Find you.
But if you know somebody's got money, come on.
Extortion is when I tell you that you need insurance after the show.
Why? What? No! Oh no! Not
Something
in
bad
Obama's.
Might happen.
Not in Obama's America. Oh wait, okay. I don't know. I got nothing. I'm supposed to go to this Halloween party. That's.
I've got to go. I've got stuff to do.
Oh.
I've got folks to torture. Got yachts to be on.
Some folks.
Yep.
All right. That's it. I think you and I are the only ones watching.
Probably. Yeah.
All right, brother.
Just like we're the ones. Yeah, man. All right. Goodbye, everyone. Peace, love, soul. Go find all those links. Appreciate you showing up.
Thank you, guys. Have a great night, y'all. Man, what a time to be alive. Thank you so much to Reef Breland. You're awesome, brother. This Halloween night, 7 p.m. Good night, brother. This 7 p.m. on Halloween night, we're going to be talking spooky stories, maybe some funny spooky stories. Who knows? Depends on what you like. And a week from tonight, on November 4th, legendary actor and comedian and just all-around fun guy, Rick Overton, will be here, and we'll talk about fun stuff. So thank you, everybody. Have a great night. Don't forget to wash your asshole!